Well, hey everybody, I am so glad to be joining you today over at our Reading Transforms Facebook page, facebook.com/Reading Transforms. And today we're talking all about the brand new Instagram Live platform update. So if you have been following me over on my Instagram channel, you know I did a tutorial yesterday with breaking announcement all about this new platform update on Instagram, specifically with Instagram Live. So you know, as an author or an entrepreneur, because I know some of you are not authors here, you should be using Instagram Live within your marketing strategy because it allows you to connect to those fans over on Instagram. Now, this is a little bit different than what we do here on Facebook Live. We are a little bit more limited in what we are allowed to do over on Instagram, but it's an entire new group of people that we're interacting with. So it's highly essential that you are doing this within your marketing platform. So here's what you need to know. Previously, Instagram Live allowed you to live broadcast and your fans could interact with you while you were live. After you went off air, done. You did not have that living on your platform anywhere. Now, eventually, they gave us the ability to save that video. So up in the upper right-hand corner, you were able to save that live broadcast and you could download that to your phone, which you could then move over to YouTube, to your website. You could put it on Facebook, you could put it on your other social media platforms, but it did not live in Instagram. We now have an update where you can take that video and share it as an Instagram story, and that will live on your Instagram platform for 24 hours, just like the Instagram stories do, and your fans can watch the rebroadcast. So you as an author need to be taking advantage of this because not only can you communicate with these people now, but now if they missed it, they don't have to feel bad. They can still get what you were posting or what you were doing in your video by watching that 24-hour rebroadcast. And you still have the ability to save it on your phone and then use it over on YouTube, use it on your website, use it on your other social media platforms. So today we're going to be talking all about how to use this as an author in your marketing strategy. So in case you don't know me, my name is k.m.robinson. I am the creator of Reading Transforms, and I am a social media marketing strategist. And we're going to be talking today specifically about Instagram. So let's talk just a little bit about what you're going to be seeing when you are on Instagram Live. So let me pull this up on my phone. I am going to attempt to pull this up. No, I'm not. I'm going to go through my photos. I saved screen grabs yesterday, so it's all good. All right, after you are done with your live broadcast, you are going to see this. So right here, I know, I'm sorry about the glare here. There we go. You can kind of see up at the top corner, it's got that save button. That is where you can save your footage. Down here, it says your live video has ended in the center. And then down here is where the new update part is. It gives you the capability of posting this on your screen. You can then toggle between discard and save. If you save it, or share it, I guess is what they call it. If you share it, that is going to kick it over to your stories page, which I have had. I had a picture. Whatever. There was a picture where you could use it just like your stories. So where you see your stories up at the very top, in fact, I could pull that up on the actual app. Up at the very top, you can actually see right there where all the circles are and where the stories are. You will also see live broadcasts in there. So let me see if I can find mine from yesterday. Here we go. Okay, so that's mine on my author page. You can see I've got one for live. Whoa, nope. Haha, benefits of touching things. You can see I've got one for live and then one for my stories. Now you can tell the difference because one is just the circle with my picture in it and the other is the circle with my picture in it, but it's got a little play button. That tells you it's a live broadcast. Now when your fans are watching live, they can comment, they can interact just like they always have been able to on Instagram Live. However, if they are watching, hey guys, thanks for joining. If you've got questions or comments, pop them below. We are talking all about the Instagram Live update, which I'm super excited about. Connie says, oh yeah, I noticed that yesterday. Yeah, Connie, listen, on my Reading Transforms Instagram platform, I did a click-for-click tutorial. I showed screen grabs so you can actually check out how that is working. But we're talking about it right now, so also cool. So we've got the difference between that. They can interact live just like they've always been able to interact live. However, if they missed your live broadcast and they go to your stories or they go to their bar at the top where they have those stories, they can click on your live and it's going to look a little bit different. So it's a full-length rebroadcast. They're going to see exactly what you did. They're going to hear you exactly how you sounded, and it's going to go the entire length, whether it was a few minutes or like an hour. They're going to be able to watch the entire thing. However, they will not be able to comment and interact. So from what I can tell, they can see other people's questions scrolling through, but they will not be able to post their own questions. They will have the ability to send you a direct message. So just like with your stories where they're able to click that direct message or send a message, they are going to be able to do that to this too. So as they're watching your live broadcast, if they want to talk to you, they will send you a direct message, which you can then respond to there. It's really amazing, and it lives for 24 hours on your page, just like your Instagram stories does. So let's talk a little bit about how you should be using this as an author. I'm going to move my phone so I don't knock it over, because that would be a bad thing. We just talked about how to share that Instagram live broadcast. Connie says, that's fantastic. I'm loving everything Instagram is doing lately. Heck yes, Connie. Instagram is amazing. Instagram and Facebook are connected. Facebook owns Instagram, and they are all about the user experience. So they are all about giving your fans what they want to see the most, which is why they're putting those algorithms in there, which is why they're making all these platform updates. They want it to be a social location, and they want people, your fans, to be seeing what they want the most. So I know people kind of are upset about some of those algorithms kind of hiding some of the business stuff, but if I mean brands, if these brands and these public figures are posting content that is worthy enough for people to interact with, to like, to comment, to share, they are going to be put out to more and more people. So really, even though it kind of seems like it's not the greatest thing, it is amazing. And these platform editions that they're coming up with are so innovative, and they are really targeted to helping the user experience. And I absolutely love that they now allow us to go live and let it live on our page for 24 hours. So we talked a little bit about how to get those broadcasts up on your live. Let's talk about what you should be sharing. So the question is, to share or not to share? So let's think about this. If you are doing a live broadcast, should you always be sharing this as an author? Well, the simple answer for this is going to be no. You should not always share it. But there are specific instances in which you should absolutely be sharing it. So let's break this down. And if you hang out with me on Reading Transforms, you know I'm all about talking about value. If you are giving your fans value, they're going to come back again and again and again. If you are giving them a valuable newsletter, they will open it every time. If you are doing valuable things within your Instagram stories, they're going to watch it every single time. But if you are just posting pictures of your kitty and your Starbucks latte, they are going to leave and not come back. So here's the deal. Value is key. And this is totally amazing, because if you are creating content that your fans find valuable, that they want to learn more about, if they're learning more about your books or your characters, if they're learning how to become a writer, if they're learning things from you, if you are giving them access to behind the scenes of something that they love or want to learn more about, they are going to continue to come back again and again and again. But if you are not giving them value, they will not be coming back to you. You got to be really, really careful about what you're putting out there. So let's think about it this way. If you're doing a fan Q&A and they are writing and asking you questions, should you post that? Yes. This is something your fans are going to want to interact with, and maybe they missed it. That's so sad, but they can now see that this is something that you do on your author platform, and they'll be looking for it the next time. Plus, they'll check out the questions that other fans ask, and maybe you just answered something that they wanted answered too. This is going to be valuable to them because they are getting a deeper insight into what you are doing as an author, into your books, and into your characters. But what if you do something else? What if you do something like just a hangout time? What if you are just hanging out with your fans and you're just chatting? There's no real valuable content in there. You're not really giving them information. You're not telling them about anything. This is not something that they have to watch to get information about. It's more or less just you chatting with them. And let's be real, this is something you should be doing live. You should absolutely be hanging out with your fans, just to hang out with your fans, just to talk with them, talk about what's going on, have a conversation with them. This is something that is great to be doing as a live broadcast. But should you be posting this as a share? Go ahead, hit me up in the comments. Do you think this is something we should be posting as a share? Should we be getting access to this later on after the live broadcast. Here's the deal. If it is not containing valuable information, if it's not giving them a reason to go through it, that they have to watch a broadcast to learn something, this is not something you should be sharing. So if this is just a hangout time where you are not talking about anything valuable, do not share this. This is a great experience to have live. But if they're going to sit through a 20-minute broadcast where you're just chatting and you're just kind of hanging out and there's no real reason for them to be watching it, then you've just wasted 20 minutes of their time. And you should not be posting that because they are not going to come back if you are wasting 20 minutes of their time. However, if you do something during that 20 minutes that is valuable to them, it gives them a deeper insight into your books, your characters, your writing life, what they can be doing in the writerly world or in the book world. You're giving them something that is going to be beneficial to them within that 20 minutes. Absolutely post it. That is something that they will get value from. And if it's something that they don't want to see, they don't really want to be involved in, that's okay. We are gathering the people near us who want to be with us, and the people who don't want to be with us, that's okay. They can go find another author to hang out with. They are not our ideal clients. They're not going to be interacting with our stuff, which means they're going to bring our engagement rate down, and they're probably not fans we want anyway. So talk to me a little bit about what type of things you think authors should be putting out there on Instagram Live and then sharing on their Instagram stories so that fans have access to it for 24 hours. Let me give you a couple of ideas of what I like to do within my live broadcasts and what I recommend some of my authors are doing. I love doing things like fan Q&A. Fan Q&A is amazing because it's time to interact with fans and really get involved with what they're doing, what you are doing, and you have that conversation with them. I personally do this, I try to do a Q&A once every week or two. And it's a great time for my fans to jump on and ask me questions. They can talk about my personal life. They can talk about my writer life. They can talk about the book world. They can talk about my books and characters. They can actively try to embarrass me on air. Some of you do that, and I love you, but you do that. And it's a really great time to interact with these people. You can also do things to get their attention, to inform them, to give them some kind of value, to give them insight into the author world. You can do things like book unboxings, and these are huge, especially on Instagram stories. These are a really big thing these days, to create a book unboxing. We've got some really cool stuff going on with those book unboxings. Connie is saying, I love updates about books they are writing. I also like exclusive character info. Me too, Connie. I really love that. When people are giving away these secret tips and tricks that they are not getting from the books, from interviews, from other things that they're doing, and they have to tune in for these kind of live broadcasts where you give away these little hints and tips and tricks. And as an author, no, girl, I did that on purpose. I put your question up there on purpose. I'm sitting here. When you see me reach over, that's because I'm doing this intentionally. I wanted that to be out there. But I am giving all these behind the scenes things. And when you do that, that's really great marketing for the author, but it's also really great for the fans because they get that interactive experience with you. Unboxings are amazing because a lot of people don't get to see the behind the scenes of when you get new books or when people send you things, when you get your first printed edition of your new baby. These are great things to share. And a lot of people do these through Instagram stories, especially book bloggers and reviewers who are doing this to kind of show off who is sending them things and what they're reviewing. Now they have the ability to not have to use micro video, those 6 to 15 second clips, and they can just kind of set up their phone and do it live. And in 2 minutes, they can go through the whole process without having that choppiness, and then they can just show it on their screen. So hey, book bloggers, booktubers, book reviewers, if you're doing this on your Instagram stories, try transitioning over to a live broadcast. It's going to be more seamless, and it's going to be more interactive because your fans can actually watch you doing it, and they can talk on screen, and you can talk about what is going on. Connie is saying, yes, 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 book unboxings, and I absolutely love that because this is something I do within my own author brand, and I get really, really great interaction with this. And to be able to now do that on a live platform over on Instagram and have that continue to live on Instagram for 24 hours, which I can then kick over to my YouTube page and my website, that is going to be something that is incredibly helpful to me. And it's going to be more seamless than that choppy micro video in stories. Another thing I'm going to recommend that you do is announcements. So if you have something cool coming up in your author brand, this is the time to shout it out. I don't know why I just squeaked. I was excited about that. But this is the time to really show off those announcements. So yes, you could put it in your Instagram stories, but again, we've got that chopping micro video, which was amazing until now. Now that we have the ability to do this, you have to decide if you're going to live with Instagram stories, or it's a little more choppy, but you do have the option of deleting it if you don't like it and refilming it. Or you want to do something more smooth, which is going to be your Instagram Live. And on Instagram Live, you can have that interaction. Whereas stories, they would have to direct message you if maybe they want to talk to you later. So it's really, really cool that we have the option of doing Instagram Live now and letting it live within our platform. So I'm really very excited. It's going to be really awesome. Question, can you do live video or live Instagram video on your laptop? Okay, so Connie, as far as Instagram goes, it is an app. It lives on your phone. You live and die by your phone, and therefore you have to do it through your phone. Now, they are kind of expanding some of their capabilities. So at this point, you can access Instagram through their website on a mobile device. So while you can view Instagram on a computer, you cannot actually post through it. There are some kind of exceptions to that rule, in that you can connect your Instagram to your Facebook account, and you can actually respond to comments through your Facebook on your computer, or through a program like Websta.me, which is an analytics program for your Instagram. You cannot post and you cannot go live from your computer on Instagram at this point in time. I don't really foresee that changing anytime in the near future, specifically because they are kind of keeping Facebook as a computer thing and Instagram as a phone thing. That could potentially change. I know a lot of people have been asking to post Instagram through their computer. However, they are kind of trying to keep this a little more in the moment social. So they want you to be able to share what you're doing live as you're on the go. So I think it's going to be considered a little too strategic if they are doing it through the computer as of this point. Right now, this is the information I'm working on. This could always change. And you know, they are super innovative over there, so they are doing some really cool things. And it's possible that at some point we can do this through the computer, but for right now, you do have to broadcast and post through your phone. But if you need tips on that, hit me up, because I've got a whole bunch of them. In fact, I have a whole entire course on Instagram for authors. It's called Insta Author. I absolutely love it. I'm currently revamping just a little bit of it, and I'm going to release it again soon. But lots of success through that course. So let me know if you've got questions about Instagram and how to be using that as an author. I know a lot of you are really working hard on that, and you're trying to grow on Instagram. Live videos are so much easier on my computer. I know, but that's what Facebook is for. Facebook is great for doing live videos through your computer. But let me just give you a little hint here. If you are having trouble because you are trying to handhold your phone, if that is, and Connie, shout me out if that's your issue. If you're having trouble because you have to hold it, I'm going to recommend to you that you get a tabletop tripod. So I have this really great tripod I recommend to all of my clients. Do you like how I've got like 5 fingers here when a tripod is 3? I've got a really great tabletop tripod. That's your issue. Okay, hold on, Connie. Let me grab something. Boom. Okay. Here we go. This is my tripod. It is kind of like a gorilla pod here, and it's got bendable, flexible legs. And you can kind of set it at any level you want, which is kind of cool. So it just sits there. You can go higher or lower. You could even wrap it around things. So I have been known to wrap this baby around a curtain rod in front of my window here and hang it down. I have been known to hold it like this around my hand. But that's not really something you need to be using. You do need to kind of set it up the way you want it. And this top part just comes right off here, and it slides back in. It's actually a little twisted. Tip here, it looks like a cute robot. It does look like a cute robot. We should make a contest for naming my tripod. So this comes off, and this screw down here does untighten. So you're going to have to use your nail and tighten that up probably every time you use it, just so it doesn't slide off. And it just goes in and out and clicks in, and then you can click the button and it goes back off. I've actually done a video about this before. If you want to check that out, that's going to be super helpful to you. And then you just take your phone and you pop it in there, and it's mad at me because I'm... Don't yell. I put it over the buttons. You got to be careful you don't use the buttons. Boom. And then I just hold it. Whoop. Nope, not meant to do it like that. And then I just hold it just like this, and it sits on your tabletop. You can actually angle it so that it's like this. So if you're working with Instagram, you can't film sideways. If you're working with Facebook, you can do it sideways. Otherwise, you hold it like this. Sorry. Boom. I don't know who's talking to me, so I didn't want to display that. But you can do it so that you can kind of have it in this sideways level. It is a little hard. So I do recommend that if you are doing it sideways, you have something to prop it up with. Now, if you've watched my Instagram live videos when I'm outside, I tend to attach this to my big tripod, and I use one of the legs on the tripod to balance it so that it broadcasts like this. And you just got to be aware of keeping it as straight as possible. But that'll definitely help you to keep it steady so that you do not have to hold it up and have it all shaky and whatever. So definitely helpful. Can you send me the link for that? Yes, I can, Connie. I will look up that link for you. Send me a direct message, would you? Because I will probably forget. So yes, we talked all about Instagram Live today. And we talked about this brand new platform where you're able to share your live broadcast as a story. It lives on your page for 24 hours. It's amazing. It's super helpful. And if you do it wrong, you're totally in trouble, because once your fans realize that you've just wasted 20 minutes of their time, you're done. They're not coming back to you. They won't watch your live broadcasts. And if you do the same thing with stories, if you waste their time, if you're just giving them weird coffee pictures and kitty pictures, they will not be coming back to you. But if you give them value every single time, then they are going to keep coming back. And remember, you can do a live broadcast that doesn't really have a purpose. You can jump on and just talk to your fans. That's fine. Totally do that. Highly recommend it. You want to have that kind of conversation and relationship with your fans. Do not share it if there's no value to it. Don't waste their time. It's one thing if you're hanging out live. It's another thing if they are watching your broadcast to try to get some kind of information from you, and you've wasted 20 minutes of their time just kind of babbling. So make sure that you are strategically choosing what you are sharing within your Instagram Live and Instagram Stories platforms. If you've got questions, hit me up now. And if you are watching our rebroadcast, go ahead, hit up those questions for me. Let me know in the comments what you want to know more of. We're going to be doing more live broadcasts just like this. I'm super excited about this. And if you want a click-for-click tutorial, you can now access that over on my YouTube page. I have also posted this. Hey guys, thanks for joining. Let me know you're here. We're wrapping up. But let me know. Nope, I don't know what I was saying. You can access the tutorial over on my YouTube page. You can access it on my social media accounts. I think I put it on Facebook last night. I have not put it over on Instagram yet. That is coming. However, if you go to Instagram and you go to my live broadcast and my stories broadcast from yesterday, so you still have a few more hours because I filmed it around 3:30, 4 o'clock Eastern time yesterday. So you've got 24 hours to watch that. So you can have it until this afternoon. It is click-for-click tutorial. So I break down exactly what it is, which is something we talked about here. So you don't really need to watch my live broadcast, but you could, because that, I'm sure, I am positive that is going to affect the algorithm, because you know you are ranked based on how people are interacting with you. And your stories are ranked based on how people interact with you. You want to know how quickly people are watching, how much of it they're watching, and if they're watching with sound on. So I am positive this is going to have a huge impact on your standing within the algorithm system on Instagram. So if you are not taking advantage of live broadcasts, honey, stop what you're doing. Get in sync with these live broadcasts and then start getting them out there, because this is going to impact, I'm positive, how you are standing within the algorithm system. And remember, I'm talking from experience here. Most authors sit around 60% engagement on Instagram. My authors who listen to me sit at between 200 and 300%, and I sit between 500 and 700%, so much so that Instagram is actively sending my content out to people who do not follow me, saying, hey, we recommend this person. You should probably check her out, because we're pretty sure you're going to like her. And these are people who are not even in the bookish world. I've seen the screen grabs. It's really amazing. So make sure you are taking the time to figure out how to implement live broadcasts into your marketing strategy over on Instagram. If you need ideas, we gave a couple within this particular video, so go back and watch it. But we've got some new things coming, and of course we have our Insta Author course, which is re-releasing in the very near future. I'm very excited for it. It's going to go really in depth with how you can and should be using this step by step within your author brand. So if you are interested in our Insta Author course, give me a shout out in the comments. And if you've got questions, hit me up. Let me know what you want to know more of, and we will do our best to kind of get some of these for you. All right, so if you've absolutely enjoyed this, I would love for you to come and join me over at www.readingtransforms.com, where you have access to our online courses, our online communities, our resources, our tutorials, our articles, our on-demand mini trainings, our free masterclass webinars, and the amazing projects that we're working on over at Reading Transforms. You can also join me over at community.readingtransforms.com, which will kick you over to my closed Facebook group. I'm in there all the time educating on these social media algorithms, how to beat them, how to avoid them, how to make sure your content is being seen by your fans. I educate all about marketing, branding, engaging, empowering, and equipping your fans to get out there and market better for you. It's a really great group of super involved authors who are in the same place as you are, who want to work together to build each other up and grow the book community together. I would love to have you join us. And I do exclusive, in-depth things that I do not do right here on our Facebook Live page. So if you want more in-depth insight into what we're doing over as a social media person, as an author, make sure you are checking that out as well. Community.readingtransforms.com. I am K.M. Robinson, creator of Reading Transforms and K.M. Robinson Photography. And I am so grateful that you joined me today. Again, if you've got questions, hit me up. And do me a favor. If this has been valuable to you, if you have liked this, hit the share button. Tell your friends about it. Get your authors over here, because right now, Instagram Live is something that most authors are not using, which means those of us who are using this are a step above. We are seen as cooler. We are seen as more tech savvy. We are seen as more unique. This is something that our fans are coming to us for, because we are so much cooler than everybody who is not using this. So if you are not using this, now is the time to take advantage of it, because not everybody is doing it, which makes you more unique, which makes you more special, which makes you someone that people are going to come to more and more and more. So take advantage of it. It's really, really important. And then do it really, really well, because if you mess it up now, you're done. You're not coming back from this. It's going to be really, really hard to come back from this. So definitely take the time to learn how to use Instagram Live and implement this into your marketing strategy. You guys have a great day. Thanks so much for joining me. I will see you next time. Stay inspired.